Hello, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm a course builder here at the American Women's College. If you haven't seen any of my other videos in this course, well, there are other videos in this course that I've authored, but this one is a special one because it's all about the matrix. We've all taken neither the blue nor the red pill. We've taken the adaptive pill, and while I can't guarantee you'll return safely, you may not be the same if you return at all. So, to make this brief, luckily a lot of the work has already been done for you in regards to the matrix. And you can see this is the one that's on the screen now. There's already one that's already filled out, so don't be too overwhelmed. Yours too will look as glamorous as this one. So you can see over here on the vertical axis, you've got just the course competencies from the syllabus that your program director should have given you, and hopefully they are up to date. There's a couple, usually 2 to 5 of the things, and those just you list right down here beneath this the tiny little black arrow up here. So that would be a good place to start as far as what's your course going to do. Up here along the horizontal axis, on the x-axis on the top, these are going to be your lesson objectives. What, in kind of a more specific sense, how are you going to hit these competencies? So in this case, you actually break them out into, most folks use somewhere between 6 and more than 6. I wouldn't have 30 or 40. It's probably too many. Especially because, keep in mind, you don't have to put everything and realize it. You can only put some things and realize it, and some things in Canvas, discussion forum, and other things. So don't get too overwhelmed. So in this instance, we've got 6 lesson objectives, and you can see that this is all about learning how to drive a car. Yeah, something that most of us have probably done, if not in Massachusetts, in some other state somewhere. So our first objective is to demonstrate skill and competency in basic maneuvers in using a motor vehicle. Well, yeah, okay, cool. So then we can start checking the boxes to see which one of these competencies does this objective fulfill, and say, well, yeah, essential good skills for safe operation of a motor vehicle. Yay. Great, so it checks that one. Some of them hit both, some of them hit one. So that will be your task, is to go in here and just kind of associate which of these lesson objectives corresponds to which of the course competencies. So, with this so far, so we're basically just trying to make design really, really intentional, and trying to figure out what can't not be in here or not in knowledge path, which means that, we don't want like a whole lot of extra fluff that's not directly correlated to one of the course competencies. So, beneath the course competencies, we have the stuff that we actually, we'll talk about the individual activities that we want students to do. Like a student needs to demonstrate this, needs to do this. So we see to get first you got to get a learner's permit. That's part of driving. So the requirements of the learner's permit, to break that down, is you need a birthday, you got to get an application, signature, and you got to pass your 2 tests. And these 5 will directly correspond up here to some of these objectives. Maybe not all of them, maybe just a few of them, but we just want to make sure that some of these are supposed to be here. Same goes for the next little, aptitude point or activity is what students have to prove. They have to take a driving test, which involves $35, sponsoring driver, test application, and an insured vehicle. So that kind of hits, a lot of these hit lesson objective number 4. This one about doing the application kind of hits, demonstrates this knowledge of DUI laws to assure students to make appropriate decisions, et cetera, et cetera. So it goes on. So then, Massachusetts driver's license, you gotta hit all these blocks. Maintaining, how do you keep your license? So that's great. So then, there's loads and loads of space to do even more, like as far as assignments. But we've got a few of them here. Which should do us for a little bit, because the whole point of kind of tying these assignments with the objectives, with the competencies, is to really kind of have the result of a very cohesive, very, as I said before, intentional product at the very end. So here's an example, once you have all the competencies, of a map. So you want to drive a car. So then later on, you and your director will be able to go through and say, okay, no, we've got these really cool, these little granular assignments. What are the prerequisites? What are the postrequisites? So if you look at this map, you're supposed to start over on the left side, usually with your learner's permit, and you see all of the activities that are in pink are required in the far left before you get a learner's permit. If someone already has a learner's permit, you know that they must have already hit all these pink competencies. So more on that in another video, which is all about mapping. So you shouldn't have any sort of inconsistencies in the titles of the activities in your map and the titles and names of the activities over here in your matrix. In other words, we don't want any surprise bubbles or activities. Everything that's in here should be translated effectively over into your map. So it keeps, everything is equal and no surprises. So I hope that helps a little bit, and thank you as always for embarking upon this quest that is adaptive learning.